Well, this breaking input is also pertinent to this overhaul in the Act. Now, the government sources have suggested that justice for poor Muslim and women, the only intent behind amending the entire Act. Now, sources have also suggested that the narrative of government planning to take away Muslim lands is not correct. So, these are latest inputs that we are tracking at this point of time. Now, joining us to give us more detailed information on this is Payal. A very good morning, Payal. Take us through all the details that we have at this point of time.
Well, good morning, Kohina, to our viewers and to you as well. There has been a lot of narrative that the government feels opposition parties and leaders are trying to create, essentially saying that the government wants to take away the land that belongs to the Waqf board. The idea is not to take away the land because remember, eventually these lands can come in handy and helpful only for the Muslims. What they're trying to say is that multiple women and multiple poor people had contacted the government, essentially saying that these Waqf board are becoming a scandal of sorts, where people, of course, are not giving revenue for crores and crores of properties, for which the revenue is lesser than 200 crores. So it needs to be mapped along with the DM's records to make sure that these work properties are accounted for. So that's something, of course, the government has been speaking about, that they need to ensure justice for the poor, they need to ensure justice for the women of the country, and that's the whole idea of bringing. They do not want to victimize everybody or anybody. They just want to make sure that everybody is brought up the rules. So far, if you had a dispute for a property, you could not go beyond a tribunal. But now you can, in fact, go and approach a court. Also, the fact remains that so far there was no women participation, hardly any participation in by women, in these Waqf boards as well. But now it's going to be made compulsory to have 2 women both in the Central Council as well as in the state boards.
Right, Payal, thank you so much for bringing in all those details. We'll continue to track the story as the day progresses. But with the overhaul that has been proposed by the centre, there has been a mega political showdown and a lot of political reactions are pouring in. Let's hear it.
अब इसमें इतना ज्यादा करप्शन है और एक तरह के आप इनको समझ सकते हैं ये मजहबी जमींदार हैं और जो आम लोगों के लिए और आम मुसलमानों का भी इससे फायदा नहीं हो रहा है। इसका दरअसल किसी का इससे फायदा नहीं हो रहा है सिवाय उन लोगों के जिन्होंने जमीन को हड़प लिया है और वक्फ उसको करार कर दिया गया है। आप यकीन नहीं करेंगे पूरे दिल्ली का 77% जो लैंड है वो वक्फ बोर्ड के अधीन है, चाहे वो हाई कोर्ट हो, चाहे वो न्यू सेंट्रल विस्टा हो। तो इतनी ज्यादा जमीन है लेकिन कोई रेगुलेशन नहीं है।
चर्चा ये चल रही है कि वक्फ बोर्ड में ऐसे 40 संशोधन किए जाने हैं जिसको लेकर सरकार एक बिल ला सकती है। इस पर समाजवादी पार्टी का क्या रिएक्शन है सर?
देखिए, समाजवादी पार्टी तो संविधान बचाने की बात करती है और समाज को सम्मान देने की बात करती है, सारे समाजों को, जो देश में सब समाज मिलकर एक हमारे भारत बनता है, हिंदुस्तान बनता है। वक़्फ़ जो एक लॉ है, वक़्फ़ जो एक्ट पास हुआ पार्लियामेंट से, ये सिर्फ हमारे मुल्क में नहीं है, ये दुनिया भर के मुल्कों में जहाँ जहाँ मुस्लिम आबाद बसे हुए हैं वहाँ पर वक़्फ़ संपत्तियाँ भी हैं। वक़्फ़ संपत्तियाँ उनको कहा जाता है कि कोई शख्स अपने मज़हब के लिए, अपने सवाब के लिए या मानवता के लिए, समाज के अच्छे कामों के लिए, यतीमों के लिए, बेवाओं के लिए, कमज़ोरों के लिए कोई चीज़ दान कर दे और उसका कस्टोडियन सरकार को कहे कि साहब आप मेरे जाने के बाद भी इसकी देखरेख करिएगा। तो इसलिए सबसे पहला इस्लामिक लॉ जो है, मतलब वक्फ के ताल्लुक़ से, वो ये है, अल वक्फ़ ला यमलिक वला युमलक। वक्फ का ना कोई मालिक होता है, ना किसी को मालिक बनाया जाता है। पब्लिक ये समझती है कि वोट फॉर डेमोक्रेसी जो एनजीओ ने कहा है कि 79 सीटें जो हैं हमने वोट परसेंटेज के जरिए से हासिल की हैं, जिसको एक्स इलेक्शन कमिश्नर वाहिद कुरैशी ने भी उस पर एतराज़ किया कि हाँ, इससे इलेक्शन कमीशन के वक़ार और उसकी मर्यादा पर सवाल उठ रहे हैं। कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं कि हम उन चीज़ों से जहन डाइवर्ट करने के लिए ये वक़्फ़ और मुस्लिम के इशूज़ को उठा रहे हैं।
Central government has proposed amendments in the Waqf Act, and basically it has said that we'll verify all the claims that has Waqf made on its properties. How do you see that?
A news report has come. Let us see what finally comes before Parliament or in any other legal manner that is envisaged under the Constitution. In any case, with any law, it does not have to be only the Waqf law, any law, if there are reports about the law being misused, if there are reports that the intended objectives are not being met, If there are reports that there can be improvements, that is part of the process of rule of law, that you keep on bringing amendments, changes that would apply generally to anything and everything. So I don't know why it's being politicized. It cannot be seen through a prism of religion. After all, legal rights flow from an act. If that act has certain shortcomings or there is scope for improvement or modification, that is the part of the evolution of society based on the experience that the intended act way back maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago had and what is today's ground reality. So I would not look at it as a political issue, but we have to wait till finally we know what are the exact changes, if any, whether they are being proposed or not. Let that all come out, then one can give a substantive comment.
Our forefathers have donated a large amount of their properties and they have made it waqf and under the Islamic law. So as far as the waqf law is concerned, so it is important and essential that those properties should be only used in those charitable purposes for which they have been, for which the waqf has been done. And it is a law that once a property has been made waqf, a waqf is always will always be considered as a waqf. It cannot be sold or transferred. And as far as the management of the properties are concerned, we already have Waqf Act 1995 and then certain amendments were done in 2013.
मुस्लिम दुश्मन सरकार है। वक्फ बोर्ड अटल जी की सरकार तो बीजेपी की सरकार थी। अटल जी की सरकार में ज्वाइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी बनी थी वक्फ की, कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कानून बना था। जो कानून आज है वो बीजेपी की सरकार में, अटल जी की सरकार में ज्वाइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी की रिकमेंडेशन पे बना हुआ कानून है, जिसमें सब लोग बीजेपी के मेंबर थे, हम भी मेंबर थे। तो क्या वो अटल जी को भी नहीं मानते? ये सरकार वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी को हड़पना चाहती है।
Well, with that, we are now shifting our focus to the eastern parts of the country, where Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma announced that his government is all set to bring a law for life imprisonment in cases related to love jihad. Now, CM Himanta made the announcement while attending the state-level BJP executive meeting. He also announced a land sale law that will restrict the land sales between Hindus and Muslims. Now, the new law will require the permission of the Chief Minister before a land sale is being done between Hindus and Muslims in the state.
আমি বাধা দিব নোৱাৰো, কিন্তু অসম চৰকাৰে নতুনকৈ সিদ্ধান্ত লৈছে যে এজন হিন্দুৰ মাটি মুছলমানে কিনিবৰ বাবে আৰু এজন মুছলমানৰ মাটি হিন্দুৱে কিনিবৰ বাবে মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰীৰ অনুমোদন লোৱাৰ পিছতহে লেণ্ড চেল পাৰমিশ্যন হ'ব পাৰিব। মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰীৰ অনুমোদন লোৱাৰ পিছতহে লেণ্ড চেল পাৰমিশ্যন ল'ব পাৰিব।
Sir, Himanta Biswa Sarma, some CM, has said that we'll bring a life imprisonment punishment for those who do love jihad, and has also said that if a Hindu wants to sell his house or his land to a Muslim, he'll have to obtain permission from CM office.
See, first of all, this whole thing of love jihad itself, I don't know what they really mean. See, in any case, if there is a person who dupes his or her partner into marrying him or her and uses any kind of allure, that is punishable in crime, whether it is a matter of religion or people of different religions or people of different castes or people of whatever they are, or even people within the same. I mean, what if a Muslim boy, makes a fool of a Muslim girl, or vice versa, or from any other religion? So I think the law must keep this into consideration, that the rights, the dignity and the future life of anybody who's brought into the institution of marriage should be protected in case that person approaches you. And you cannot communalize the whole issue. There may be certain cases in which intercommunal marriages may also have this element, but I think that's not something specific to either any religion or any other community. Secondly, again, this point about